Yes, there is. American. Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Whenever.
I'll give you a summary.
Yeah, because we were talking, we're taking a train off.
Evening, everybody.
We're debating over here.
Welcome. It's 7 o'clock, so we can get started now. Today is Thursday, August 15th, 2024. The time is 7 p.m. This is the board meeting. This meeting is called. Now, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Ara,
Here.
Kennedy,
Here.
Micah,
Here.
Tosh,
Here.
Moon, Carr,
Here.
President Nettmeyer.
Present, that completes the roll, and we have a quorum. Thank you. Let's rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you again for being here this evening. We're going to write into number 3 on our agenda. This is minutes. Our board has minutes from July 18th for the village board meeting. I have a motion to approve those minutes. By trustee Tosh, second by trustee Carr. Discussion on the minutes?
I have a question on the action item. The last one. On the action item, it shows me as voting yes, I was thinking.
I will correct that.
Huh?
I'll correct that.
Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Thank you for that correction, trustee Moon. So I will then ask for the motion to approve those minutes as amended. May I have a motion? By trustee Tosh, second by trustee Moon. Any further discussion on these minutes? Hearing nothing, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Ara,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Tosh,
Aye.
Moon, Carr.
All eyes on those minutes are approved with the amendment. Thank you. Moving on to number 4, village administrator report. Administrator Grace.
Good evening. Two quick things. One, I wanted to thank everybody for Willow Fest. I'm sure most going to be brought up a few times tonight, but it was a very successful 4 days. Our public works, our police department, all did just a tremendous job. We had no issues. The village hall's been receiving phone calls and compliments and messages on Facebook and all kinds of things. Everybody that's really appreciated it. So I'd like to just thank everybody for the hard work. It was a long couple of days, but well worth it. So we had a lot of fun. And the other thing I wanted to point out is that in the front row here in a great red shirt, we have Steve Mesh. Steve is with the Des Plaines Valley newspaper. As you guys know, Carol McGowan has been covering Willow Springs for a long time, and effective tonight, Steve is taking that role. So we're going to start seeing him live and in person here at our meetings, and Steve might come up to us after the meeting with questions or anything based on the action items, but join me in welcome, please. And that's all I have. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Administrator Grace. We'll move to number 5, then, village clerk report.
I have no report this evening.
Reports of officials versus that of the village engineer.
Just want to give you an update that the public started on Monday. Currently, curbs. We lost today, we're going to hopefully by tomorrow. I know it's before back. And started working on Park Street as well, and then finally.
Thank you for that update. Village attorney.
There's no report this evening.
Thank you, village treasurer.
Just a brief on all of our July numbers came in. They're doing fantastic again. We're way above the revenues and expenditures are in control. It's almost boring, but it's a good one to get hands.
Good news. Thank you, Dan. We'll move then to number 7. That's the report of the standing committees versus finance and administration. Trustee Ara.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to make a motion to approve item 781, warrant 24-0-13 dated August 13, 2024. Payroll and fund expenses totaling $604,172.30.
That's the motion. Thank you, trustee Ara. Is there a second?
I'll second.
By trustee Kennedy. Discussion on the warrants.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up that the warrant, like in summer months, always contains 2 pay periods, which accounts for close to 40% of all this. There was $152,000 in ARPA funds being spent that we approved related to parks and community center enhancements as well as a new police SUV. Then we had, community events with Willow Fest and Blues Fest, and that accounts for over $70,000 that way, and then we get like routine, garbage, which is 41,000, and health insurance routine monthly bill of 39,000. And then we had our annual WR, the land use, lease payment for 20,000. So they account for over 50% of the room.
Thanks for that discussion on the warrants. Any more discussion? Hearing nothing, roll call vote, please.
Trustee R,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Kosh, Moon, Carl.
All eyes on the warrants are approved.
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that was involved in Willow Fest. It was a fantastic event. I witnessed a lot of fun being had on both sides. I mean, the people helping, which was the village employees as well as the volunteers. It turned out really well, and all the participants were definitely enjoying themselves. So a big thank you to everybody for the success. Reiterate with the village administrators. And that concludes my report.
Thanks, trustee R. We'll move on to public safety committee, trustee Kennedy.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd just like to echo everybody on what a great job everybody did. And do you have anything, Chief? I have nothing to offer you.
I just have one good news item, which is, first time in 2+ years that I've been here, we have a full roster with police officers, CSOs. And we've got a couple of very high qualified applicants. We're rather hired as part-timers, which, everybody's gonna be competing for whatever positions going on. So that's just good news, and, that's it, thanks. What is your number? 13, please? 13. Yeah, what about, 2002? Yes. And it will fill up, unfortunately, Sharon is, it's a lot of rest to. That's it.
That concludes my report.
Okay, thank you, chief. Thank you, trustee Kennedy. Municipal buildings and grounds committee, trustee Michael.
Thank you, Madam President. My report tonight is September 6th, 7:30 at Willow Park. There's gonna be a movie for kids. It's gonna be Matilda, and the Lions will be there handing out hot dogs, we'll have popcorn again, everything, so if you have kids or anything, bring them out. And then on September 13th, concert in the park and in Lions Park, Freddie and Friends at 7 to 9 p.m. So we're looking forward to everybody coming out. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, trustee Micah. Public Works Committee, trustee Bosch.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Seeing that is my commission for public works, and it's going to be repeated 10 times, but I really like to thank the board here and the mayor and Ryan for his assistance, police, chief. It's been a tough couple of weeks. I know the guys are finally seeing the swinging this is yet as of yesterday. They're still cleaning up before the lights. Been a busy couple of weeks for everybody here. But we saw nothing but good things out of this fall. I think everyone knew that. Okay, and I do have one more thing. I have a letter from the Beautification Commission that they would like me to read. It sent out a big thank you all who came and participated in the bingo found very well best. With all the families, neighbors, and friends, and Vegas, and lots of laughter, smile for the afternoon. They'd also like to thank Tammy Brown, rappers and vendors for Full Festival, maybe give us special. Seeing that those people donate all the gifts for the 2 days. Thank you, Keith, and the Public Works Group for all the help to clean up stuff and take down both days. Yeah, all we from the best. Our village president, Melissa, village administrator Ryan, for their help and support. Thank Senator John Curran for stopping by to say hello. The next event is Modern Family Fun, Wednesday, August 21st, 6 p.m. at Legacy Garden Park. And it could be kids, face painting. You can learn about the monarch of you there.
trustee Paul. I move then to license and franchise committee, trustee Moon.
We do have a application and you will see that in the next. One question, partial, who, one, partial, that's car.
There wasn't anything.
Don't get the announcement one.
Was, the Bears choice is, 1940 Buick from Indiana Park.
So there were trophies awarded to each class of vehicles from the different eras. So
I think we have 140 cars registered in the break.
We had 172 registered. Our best guess is there was probably 180. But there was 172 paid registered.
They told me 148. We got checked out. What she said.
I take that number based off of the cash.
Yeah, because the people that didn't want to judge.
Right, yeah, some people may not have brought some people are just there for the fun, so they didn't actually bring their paperwork up to officially register, but they paid to enter the show. So we had 172 paid to enter the show. Like I said, probably 180 to 185 total vehicles throughout the year.
I think the registration for that future time, that's the legislation should be up a little closer. So.
Yeah, we can look at other things.
What?
Registration effect.
I know.
Yeah, well, we can look at the layout next year.
And trustee Moon, that completes the license and franchise and new discussion. Anything more? Okay, we'll move then to building and zoning committee, trustee Park.
Yes. First of all, in regards to Willowfest, I'm not an easy guy to know, and I was impressed. It was really well organized, laid out well. Food trucks were really good, bands were good. Well done. Any comments? Regards to permits for the month of July. 28 were issued. Total construction cost of $1,591,844. $32,750. The reason being such a high construction cost, we actually have a $800,000 house being built on Fairfield Road. And for the first 7 months of this year, we've had 183 permits. Total construction value of $4,850,534.22. Resulted in permit fees of $124,724,000. And that is all the report for this evening.
Thank you, trustee Park. We will move now into action items. First, we have an action item to approve a business license for AAA Lease LLC. And if you look to action item number 2, this is an action item to approve agreement for annual impact fee and operation permit between the village of Wolf Springs and AAA LLC. So I will take these first 2 action items and just take a moment to give a background. We do have a representative from the LLC with us tonight. This is a business license for car parking, and then the agreement that goes with it is in our board packs for our review. That agreement, I guess first what I'd like to explain is that the property and its location. Property is located between the canal and the river, along LaGrange Road. It is owned by MWRD, and it is going to be leased by AAA. And I'm told that it's my understanding that they have secured that lease with the MWRD. And so then the agreement in our board pack tonight outlines some provisions with respect to the impact fee agreement. I'll give a high level of that. What that looks like is that we've come to an agreement with the impact fee being $11,500 per month, which comes to $138,000 annually. It also outline some provisions in terms of what is allowed on the site and what is not, particularly, repairs on the site. And then in rec and egress is also defined by that agreement. So that is the highlights of the agreement. That is action number 2. And then action item number 1, which is the business license with that background. I'll ask first for a motion to approve. May I have that motion?
I'll make that motion.
By trustee Micah, for a second. And trustee Carr, any discussion on the business license or the action items in general?
I have a few questions, some of which I already the answers to, I believe. I understand that zoning's compliant with these light industrial, so if it's more, on our, supplemental information, I just wanted to ask the building commissioner, did you review this and see any problems?
No, it's an empty lot and no,
Okay.
it won't impact any residential. And they're only in and out is off of Green.
And then under license committee chair, I wanted to ask trustee Moon, does he have a recommendation on this?
I had a couple of questions also. What is, how many, I'm concerned about the street coming in and out, that's on the south public side. You're back in. That's on the west side of the Great Road, right? So the southbound lane is the one that would be affected by any traffic, if there's any problems.
Mr. Moon, or trustee Moon, sorry, let me jump on that one. The lot itself is located west of LaGrange Road. However, there is a road for access that comes underneath LaGrange Road. So it would be a right-hand turn in and a right-hand turn out, regardless of if they wanted to go north or south on LaGrange Road. When you're going down LaGrange Road, there's frontage road access on both sides. So if you were going northbound on LaGrange Road, you would take a right-hand turn, which would bring you underneath Grange Road onto that. So at no point would anybody be making a left-hand turn. It would be a right turn from either direction.
Well, the south, I understand, the south, when they come out to go south, they would come out and turn right. That's right. Right, we go to the south, of the H road, and go right. So there shouldn't be any safety problems there. Just the driver.
Are you gonna have the area fenced in? Are you gonna have the area fenced in?
Yes. Fenced in and, only because of. There's 2 gates on both sides, like 2 gates.
Okay, and then are you gonna have security on site?
Because there is security cameras on both campuses, and plus, business hours, so we can operation, monitor all the trust. Right now, make sure no one's locking anything or.
So you won't have somebody there during the day?
Yeah, there's the business hours.
And will you have any kind of office, any type of office?
Will they be bringing gravel and things in there, don't they? Well, there's no gravel on it, the meeting, local project will be in the ground, the gravel, the construction. And it's a very first one for the winter is, the business hours is coming in, it's coming out on the bottom. It's going to be most of the all the people at least, and visual communication construction. Which we make same as well. I think trucks do a see coming in and out in the shade. Very hard to say that there should be 10 trucks. 10, 15, 10 to 50. Oh, 50. Now, will they have a stop sign before they go out onto 45? North then? They'll stop. There's all the stop sign.
I have a question, kind of. I'm looking at the application, it says 24/7, then you say business hours.
So,
So what, Help me understand what that looks like.
Business hours usually models very 5 and Saturday like over the top, we were talking about always operating garbage or always will be blocking by the platform close. So sometimes private way, people will hear the best, if you block something down, they actually, it's open parking space.
So they'll have somebody there during the day hours.
Right, but so truck traffic can go in and out of there 24/7, however, you'll have somebody there on day shift. Okay, I understand. Thank you.
It is Little Springs jurisdiction, am I correct?
So I got a question for Chief is, this obviously is gonna impact. Because we're gonna have to patrol over there a little bit more, and we're gonna have to worry about vandalism and theft. How's that gonna affect our shifts?
I mean, it's not gonna change anything that we were already doing. We're happy to have more people on the overnight shift. It's a lot easier for everybody. Not two working on the overnight, so you guys in the past will be. We're in city. One person. I don't see them back in what we're doing.
I see like all the vandalism along the Grange Road, as far as graffiti under the bridges, we can't keep. I mean, that's not our jurisdiction, obviously, but that can't be kept under control. So this is just gonna be an added issue. In my opinion. Vandalism.
I think we're all looking at safety.
There are a lot having cameras on it will hopefully help with that. They're gonna have them in multiple locations. And then also just to add to some of the police department's role in this. We have a list, we have CSOs that go around and currently there's areas that are problem spots in town that they check on a very regular basis. There's a couple of businesses, things like that. So once this facility is up and running, the CSOs will have this added to their list of stops that they make, and they'll be able to go down there, drive through the lot and ensure that they're complying with our regulations, a lot of which are spelled out in this agreement to keep it from looking or being, filled with clutter or weeds,
Right, I appreciate
graffiti,
all
things
that.
like that, yeah. So that's how we plan to monitor that, is with the CSO, and if there's a larger issue, then the officer would call. But CSOs would be enforcing many of our codes down there.
Yeah, we can put it on premise checks also.
And I think, and also to add to a safety provision, I think I heard the question earlier, but I don't know if it was answered. There was a question about whether or not the property would be fenced, and it is.
Right.
So I think that helps with the safety concerns.
Just to be clear, with the police and us, it says under truck and trailer parking. That's what it would be, that's what, we don't have full loads of anything coming in or going out? No. It's about. Drivers are usually going over, okay, 50 days and all that. Thank you.
There's potential for loaded, I mean, obviously, there's gonna be the trailers that are gonna have cargo in them while they park. Potentially, yeah.
I'll allow the question from the audience. Yeah, we can answer the question. What was there before? Previously, it was being used for staging. Near the cat site. So similar, actually a similar use to what this used.
Long time ago, there was
I think there used to be
a chemical fire,
Long time ago.
yeah, a terminal or a gas terminal, something like that.
Back to my original question, looking for recommendation from the licensing committee chairman, so that would be you, trustee.
What they agree is, I'll make the motion.
No, all I want to do is understand the recommendations because of this supplemental information. It's not signed by anyone, so all I'm trying to do is get the information from the people that we're supposed to look at. That's all I'm looking.
Okay, so to recap, we do have the motion and the second already for this first action item, which is to approve the business license. Does that complete discussion? And I would ask if that completes discussion on the first action item, and then we know that the second action. Okay, hearing no further discussion then, I think let's do a roll call vote for the action to approve the
Trustee R. Kennedy,
Abstain.
Micah,
Aye.
Tosh,
I,
Moon, Car.
Thank you, that license is approved. We'll move to action item number 2, which is to approve the agreement for an annual impact fee. Village of Willow Springs and by
I'll
trustee
second.
R, second by trustee Mike. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I just want to clarify for the board because I just looked at this. The license basically says, or business license says approximately 300 truck storage. The diagram shows 325, and then this agreement shows 250. I don't know if the board has looked at that. I just want everybody to be aware of what we're doing. So I just want to bring that to attention.
Yeah, just to clarify the reasoning on that, so after multiple conversations with AAA lease ownership, this agreement went back and forth between Attorney Peck and myself and their attorney as well. And so what we did on the agreement, we don't expect it to ever reach 350, as you can see from the diagram, their maximum, they believe is 325. But we didn't want to have to come back when we're discussing just a minimum amount of additional trucks if for some reason it's laid out another way. But we don't expect that to take place. And in speaking with them, they actually do feel that the 300 number is more realistic for what's going to be there. But like I said, we're trying to look at I guess what would be best case scenario for their business plan if they were to be able to fit a few without having to come back to the board and amend this agreement. We're looking at this being a multi-year situation, not just a 1 year. And sir, how long was the lease that you have with MWRD?
5 years.
They have a 5-year lease with MWRD before it's up for review again. Typically with MWRD, your first lease is a shorter term. And if there are no issues and they're very happy with the arrangement, then they look at longer term leases, which is, you guys remember, is what happened with us last year when we renewed our MWRD lease for the back parking lot. We now have a long-term lease because they realized that we're a good partner. So this could be a similar situation after those 5 years. So we're just trying to look long-term in that agreement.
What is the actual amount? Is it going to be 300, 325?
We expect it to be 300. The site plan is a little over that, and like I said, the agreement, we expect it to be 300.
In accordance to what Tom Carr was asking me, is I think I should be included. Says I should sign up. Okay, on all licenses. It says in our company. Please. Okay.
Further discussion on this action item? Okay, hearing nothing, roll call vote, please.
Trustee R. Kennedy.
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Tosh,
I,
Moon,
Oh,
Car.
And that agreement is approved. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, the next action item is to approve the proposal with M&J Asphalt Paving Company for additional moderate pavement not to exceed $34,171.20. So this amount is an add-on for binder pavement when we were looking to improve the lot, and I will ask for a motion to approve that.
So moved.
I'll second it.
We have the motion by trustee R, the second by trustee Micah. Discussion or questions on this one? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee R.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Micah,
Aye.
Tosh,
I,
Moon,
oh,
Car.
All ayes, and that's approved. Thank you. All right, old business tonight? Any new business? Public comment?
Yes, I have Carol Valdez.
I just want to say, because the council is really Plus website. Because I think that probably all towns, like where, and the only one that I use for the one. I think I have all of them, which was the over the top. I think that was. And talking about the car show, my grandson was all excited to bring his car over here. He came, he paid the registration fee, and then he tried to find where to park, so when he, where he's supposed to park, he came to register. They said, it was only till 6 o'clock, and he didn't make it down. Okay. They still paid the money.
Can I comment on that?
So,
I worked at gate from 11 in the morning, to 7 at night. And nobody was turning away, and we've been told people after 6 o'clock, because the judge hasn't stopped, certain point, that they could still pay, but they would be judged.
you know,
in
there was one over there, he said, well, this is that. He said, no, that's great, until 6 o'clock. And he said, well, can I buy it for my car? I didn't know where to go. And she said, well, that's too bad, because it's, actually, she could, it's actually $11. Just to be aware. And then I'm looking at the price for the ride, and my understanding for the rides is like there's few kids, and I went to go look for the price of the day. My understanding was $35 for a 4-hour slot, like say between 12 to 4 was one. So if they were gonna come at 2, they could stay for 2 hours.
The sessions was a new structure for the bands this year. They had sessions for the day pass.
Right, and then what we're gonna try to put together. All of that, and her license last year. She also has some by her. With the license.
How do you say your last name? Brookins, okay.
You know, I can't see almost like that. I think that's the information in what it costs. Ask if the village would be willing to help the cost. Because the residents that are actually participating in this, it's not like you just go catch the cat and take it. You have to have this procedure, you have to train them to get in the trash, you have to either buy or rent a special trash. You have to go to specific places where they do it. It's not like you go to any vet. You know, so it's a lot on the people that are participating. Oh my. No, it's not easy. It's very time consuming. You know, and then you have to help them all the time because you have to train them to go into the track.
It's not like a one and done process, you guys. But it's like that greater good.
And I think now we each have our own places, but I know for sure there's at least 3 more places in Willow Springs on this side of town that is having a problem too. When I first approached you last year, we had 4 cats. Well, those 4 adult cats have now become 14. It was very traumatic for my grandson to go outside and see one of these kittens ripped apart by a hawk or a coyote. You know, and we're trying to keep the population down, and it's just going to continue because these, what is it, every 4 months they get pregnant again.
And 2 weeks after giving birth, they can get ready to get pregnant.
So you know, we would like to approach the village to like help us with this.
So since our last conversation, Carol, you and I had talked, and we were looking into the county services for TNR, which our attorney helped with as well. And we have learned that the county no longer funds that program, which is my understanding. And so the village was looking toward the way that we could reimburse residents that wanted to use the county services. But now since then, we have learned that I don't think the county offers that service anymore. So what we are left with now is to look a new option for residents to help them with this service. And I do think we actually were just contacted by a service.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're familiar with Colette Walker, has triple R pets in town. Yeah, so I did speak with her. I know in October, she's having, something in our parking lot where she's gonna hand out shelters. And for the animals to go in and train people, but I did speak to her. Shelters, yeah, so they're insulated. She says they're like rubber totes. And they're gonna be insulated. No, they're a like Rubbermaid totes. They're gonna be insulated. And so the caretakers of the cats are gonna come here to the Village Hall parking lot and pick them up.
Well, that's fine.
Well, I did speak to her about maybe giving us some information and maybe working with us.
So maybe once we get that information and set up a date.
Right.
Be sure to reach out to you and tell you more about it and update. And go
But that's
from
an
there.
activity you said?
In October, yes.
Realize the kittens that were born in April do now have kittens. So, I mean, can't you do like a special little fund or something to help people out with the costs? I mean, TNRs are very helpful, because they're getting it for $50 for us to do this instead of 300. We just took it on ourselves. So I mean, they are giving us a break, it's $50.
I think the board remains open and we were looking to exploring that option to help reimburse residents that would utilize
I've learned in the newsletter or something about just education about it, because I think most people will just feed the cats and then they don't really know where to go from there. You know what I mean?
that.
Or
Certainly.
just something to connect them to an organization that.
Okay. But my biggest thing is I'm very disappointed at the board that. Very disappointed. Also, who's in charge of the tollway bridge over there with the graffiti on it? That Little Springs park?
That really, I don't.
You know, where you see down, if you go down the lane, you go over the.
It is not Willow Springs property.
Still responsible. Yeah. I think the toll road is still responsible.
You know, it's covered up again. You know, it's a little farther down.
It's hard to keep up with that. They've been going back and cleaning it the best that they can, but it's like.
It's like, you know, first time, or they really doing it. I feel like people are really good.
I don't know, it looks like it's.
Well, each year we get suggestions from the village people and. we try to.
Well,
improve on
I'm
it.
just concerned because. And not only that, but then they're bringing lots of our yard. Because you know what, here's little kids running around, they're like, yay, food. You know, and then we have a coyote that jumps the fence, which has never done that. I don't like to see where everybody says, oh my God, there's cats all over, and every, you know, everybody's there's cats everywhere. And we should have a little house.
Okay.
One other quick thing, I just, also keeping in mind that giant new complex that's on the other side of Willow Springs Road. I don't know how populated it is yet, but there are a lot of that's a lot of potential for more breeding ground and these things to get worse.
Thank you. Is that all for public comment? Bertram?
Yes.
Okay, we have no need for executive session tonight. I will move into the president report. If you haven't heard, we have to spend a little on that. I want to reiterate what I. Yeah. Thank you to sponsors. Other successful Willow Fest. Peaceful. Our officers.
And our villages really chipped in, we had a lot of help in our villages.
Yes, we did. So it was all a success, it was best animal. So thank you for that. And as Engineer Grant said, our road work did start this week. They've done a good job of notifying residents where that was. Not to Pat very much. For trustees, we have our night before our annual dinner meeting for West Central Municipal Conference, so that's coming up, so please take a look at that and get back to me if you are able. We'd love to have a good there. And finally, a lot of the kids that we know are going back to school, so I hope it's a great school year for all. And that concludes my report. Our next meeting is September 12th, and we move back to having 2 meetings a month. So thank you, everybody. Stay well until then. And that concludes the president's report. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
We have a motion by trustee Newman, the second by trustee Michael. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye.
I.
Aye.
Thank you. This meeting is adjourned at 7:00.